It's week 17. This is the championship week for most leagues. Some leagues play to week 18. I don't advise it. I'm currently sick at the moment, but I'm here to give you the best and worst matchups for week 17. You ready, Jeffrey?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Let's get it started. The best quarterback matchups in week 17, Brock Purdy going up against the Detroit Lions, who've allowed the second most points to the quarterback position in the last 5 weeks. Love to see that. Baker Mayfield has a great matchup going up against the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers do not scare you at all on defense, allowing the third most points to the quarterback position on the year. Bucs should eat. Aaron Rodgers should be playing catch up against the Bills if you're desperate. Quarterbacks with the worst matchups in week 17. Sam Darnold going up against the Packers. The Packers allow the fewest points to the quarterback position in the last 5 weeks. I still think Sam Darnold's going to be a solid play this week, but it's not a great matchup. It's the same with this next guy. Jared Goff has a bad matchup against the San Francisco 49ers, but I still think you can play him. He'll finish in the top 10, and without David Montgomery, I think they're going to need to throw it some more, so he should be able to overcome this bad matchup as well. Tua is banged up, so I'm not sure if he plays, but if he does play, bad matchup against the Browns. The Browns have allowed the 5th fewest points, so even if Tua does play, I'm not excited about it. And I would avoid starting Penix. The Commanders are good against the quarterback. Wide receivers with the best matchups in week 17, Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams. Going up against the Bills, who've allowed the most points to the wide receiver position. I prefer Adams over Garrett Wilson, but I think both of them should be good starts this week. Hopefully the weather's not too bad. It's looking like rain. Terry McLaurin has a great matchup going up against the Atlanta Falcons, who have allowed the third most points to the wide receiver position on the year when you adjust for schedule. Man, I'm happy to see him play with a good quarterback. The Philadelphia Eagles have a good matchup, but questionable quarterback play. I'm not sure if Jalen Hurts is going to play, and if he doesn't, you're going to have Kenny Pickett, which I'm not really excited about, but you're obviously still starting A.J. Brown. Devonta Smith is where it becomes a question. He's more on the flex consideration. Cowboys don't have anything to play for except for spoiler. And with CeeDee Lamb out, motivation is going to be pretty low. Wide receivers with the worst matchups in week 17, the Detroit Lions. You're starting Amon-Ra St. Brown, but the 49ers are the best team against the wide receiver position in the last 5 weeks. So what? Who cares? He's Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're starting him. But people like Jameson Williams, that's more of a questionable start for me. It's the same with this next guy. Malik Neighbors has a bad matchup against the Colts. You're probably playing him anyways, but the matchup isn't great, and he's banged up. Unfortunate. Justin Jefferson has a bad matchup as well, but who cares? You're starting him anyways. Jacoby Myers has a bad matchup, and he hasn't been playing well. Running backs with the best matchups in week 17. Jonathan Taylor going up against the Giants. Giants have allowed the 6th most points to the running back position in the last 5 weeks, and they're bad against the running back on the year as well. And with Anthony Richardson out, it's going to be Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco knows what to do. Run the ball. Give it to your star running back. Looking for Jonathan Taylor to have a great week this week. Bucs running backs have a great matchup against the Panthers. Both Rachaad White and Bucky Irving. I prefer Bucky Irving to Rachaad White, but both should be able to eat. Panthers don't have anything to play for, don't have Chuba Hubbard, and they allow the most points to the running back position on the year. Both the Bucs running backs are playable this week. And everybody who needs a miracle on Monday night, Jahmyr Gibbs is here to give you a late Christmas present. The 49ers have not been good against the running back position recently. In the last 5 weeks, they've allowed the third most points to the running back. You're obviously playing him, but it should be pretty good. The Jaguars have a great matchup against the Titans, who've allowed the second most points to the running back position in the last 5 weeks, but I'm having a hard time trusting Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby. This has been a horrific season for them. If Tony Pollard sits, Tajay Spears should eat. Running backs with the worst matchups in week 17. Jerome Ford going up against the Dolphins. The Dolphins have been surprisingly good against the running back position, allowing the 5th fewest points to the running back in the last 5 weeks when you adjust for schedule. He's still probably a low-end running back too, but I'm nervous about this offense. Other running backs with bad matchups, Rico Dowdle versus that Eagles defense, and Aaron Jones versus the Packers. Tight ends I like this week, Chig Okonkwo going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who don't scare you, plus Chig has been on a heater recently. And as long as Tua's playing, I'm rocking with Jonnu Smith. I still can't believe he's as involved in this offense as he is. It's actually kind of wild. So that's going to do it with the good and bad matchups for week 17. You have enough games in the book now where you can start making some interesting roster decisions. If you're down by a lot, maybe select a couple players with some upside. You don't want to go all upside, but you definitely want to get yourself back in the mix. We've had 3 days of football so far this week. Use that to your advantage. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell down below. Good luck in your matchups this week. You got this. Let's bring home a championship. See you soon, Bay Nation. Peace.